Hey everybody, welcome to Checkpoint XP on campus. Your host Norris Howard here, joined alongside Jacob Brothers of UNLV. Jacob, say what's up.
Heidi, hi.
That was weird. Don't do it again. Also, we have a very special guest on the show with us, Nathaniel Gage Sawyer. He's coming from Bay State University out there on the East Coast. So,
Yes, sir.
Gage, welcome to the show.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for inviting me on.
Yeah, now, if you don't know, Gage was part of the winning team of the PlayVS Fortnite Summer Invitational. These guys were the top of the pile, top of the list. They beat out, I forgot how many teams, but a lot. Okay, they beat a lot of people. These were trios, so he had two other teammates as well. But these guys eventually won out one of the curtain raisers for the collegiate esports season. So I definitely want to ask, before we proceed to any of the heavy stuff, how does it feel knowing that you guys won that tournament? And what was it like knowing when you had enough points pretty much to finish it all out?
It felt great. We had a great start to the tournament, minus game 2. We had a great, I think it was game 1, 3, and 4, which secured us the lead that we had, like a 26-point lead or something by game 5. It was a super good outing. Our first time playing together as a trio in a tournament, so it was super amazing to see that we can place on the top.
Yeah. The tournament took a similar structure to other tournaments, but how do you think that PlayVS, like the organization of it, went? Because it felt pretty crisp from a viewer perspective that they kind of had it all together.
Oh, absolutely. They would help with anything that was needed. They would give us information if we requested it. They were super on board and had all their stuff together and was ready to go. It was super great. I was very appreciative of how responsive all the PlayVS admins were to any questions that I may have.
Yeah, and so speaking of that, and you said, by 3 games in, you guys pretty much knew, 3 or 4 games in, you guys pretty much knew that you had it locked in. What goes into the strategy of playing sort of those longer series and structured style tournaments? Because, are there moments where you know that you don't necessarily have to play for the win? Are you playing for placement every match? Or are you like dropping hot and saying we just want to get as many kills as possible?
Absolutely. I think by the game 4 mindset, we had like a 26-point lead, like I said, and we definitely changed up our play style a little bit. We weren't as aggressive to try and just make sure that we held that lead, and it was more placement based during that time. But in terms of our drop spot, it was completely the same. We were ready to fight the team that was landing there all tournament. 6-0. So confidence was definitely high, and we just knew that if we kept that 26-point lead and kept us inching points forward, we would come out on top.
Yeah, and on top of the Fortnite strategy, one thing that stood out to me was how a lot of teams would all wear the same skin. And so that they could tell each other apart, and you were one of the teams to not do that. So is there any philosophy, or did you guys just want to wear what you wanted to wear?
There's not a philosophy to it necessarily. It can go either way. It was more so just what we wanted to wear. It's just, we were confident, I can say.
Definitely. We're talking to Nathaniel Gage Sawyer of Bay State University. One thing that I definitely want to ask is, like, I am a Fortnite layman. I get kills pretty much on bots, and that is about it. But when I see you guys play, professionally and at the collegiate level, and I just see towers shooting up all over the place, how does the level of communication factor in? Because to me, it looks like a bunch of mess is getting built and destroyed all at the same time. And it looks really hard to keep track of. How do you guys stay in communication and understand each other's positioning when that final circle is next to nothing?
It's super difficult because even at the professional level, you can get split up, etc. But I think it's just a lot of practice that you put in, being around your teammates, especially in the bigger team modes like trios and squads. Being around those players and just trying to keep like your peripheral on them is like take note of where they are as much as you can. And specifically in this situation, in this tournament, Connor was the IGL. So basically the goal was to stick with him, and he would do all the tarping for us while we fragged. It's really just a lot of practice and having positional awareness around you. But yeah.
So I was browsing your Twitter before we started talking, and you said that you were either going to or recently posted a video on a very important topic. You want to get into that scandal
There was certain allegations against me, not necessarily our team specifically. We had different allegations for that, but we won't get into that. The allegations were that I was cheating, I was soft aiming to win the tournament, which, for the record, has come back clean. Epic has wrote back to Play Versus and has told them that I'm completely clean. I didn't cheat at all. And it was just aggravating at the moment. And now that I think about it, look back on it, it's just, it's just clickbait. I can use it for clickbait, for just, try to get some socials up. It's not that big of a deal. I completely respect the people that accuse me, by the way. I'm not going to say their names for privacy reasons, but for protecting the competitive integrity of the game, like, even if they didn't know I was cheating, it's worth investigating me just in case. I'm completely fine with that. But it was a little bump in our road, but it was fine.
But we're happy that everything came back to show that everyone was on the up and up, that you guys were on the up and up.
Yes, sir.
And once again, congratulations, Gage, to you guys' win. We look forward to seeing more from you guys in the future in collegiate Fortnite. If people want to find you and follow you and see more of your content and your games, where can they find you?
They can find me on pretty much every social media. My @ is 1337 Gage on everything except for YouTube, and then on YouTube it's just Gage. I appreciate, let me plug that. But that's where you can find me if you want to find me.
No problem. Again, Gage, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Checkpoint XP on campus, and we're gonna have more coming up, so stick around.